Tommy, can you come over here a minute? Tommy, come on over here. Now then, how long have you been together now, Tommy?
Oh, about 6 months.
Just 6 months?
6 months now.
And what were you doing before that? Because you're obviously all quite experienced musicians.
Well, I was working on the buildings myself, like. So I got sick of the buildings and I says, I'm going to start a rock and roll band. And that's what we did, started a rock and roll band.
Were you all rock and roll fans before you started the band?
Well, yes, more or less, you know.
Yeah, you'd obviously worked with other bands before that.
No, I hadn't.
You hadn't?
There's only one of us, that was Steve, lead and bass guitarist, what had worked with bands before. And I says, I'm sick of carrying bricks for some daft old bricklayer. So,
that's amazing, because in 6 months, I mean, you've come from being, from working on the buildings, and from not having any experience of working with groups.
No.
You've come to, what, touring Scotland and touring England and Wales, and you're going to Scandinavia pretty soon, aren't you?
Next year we're going to Scandinavia, and we've also got a EP coming out in January, which consists of Brave On, Old Black Joe, Bop and the Blues, and we're not quite certain what the other track is yet, so...
Because you write a lot of your own material as well, don't you?
You do a lot of own.
Yeah. How do you sit down and write a rock and roll song? Because most of the rock and roll numbers, the best known ones, were written way back, what, 20 years ago?
I just pick the guitar up and write it, that's it. You can't really explain, you know, just pick the guitar up, bash a few chords out, and that's it, you know.
Yeah? And you write the words as well?
Write the words as well, yes.
Yeah.
You just, whatever comes into your mind, you know.
How did the record contract come about?
Well, what a club over, just Teams Club, in fact, Teams Social Club. There was a sign on the wall saying, make yourself hot property, you know, make a record, Clubland's own record label. It was Wildfire Records, so I went and seen the bloke, Phil Stevens' management it was, and we're going in the studios on, I think it's the 2nd and 3rd week of January to make the record, and the record will be out on the end of January, you know.
And you're hoping for chart success there, do you reckon?
I hope so, yes.
Well, I hope so too. Tommy, how about a great big hand for Tommy and the Hot Rock Band. The Northeast's best rock and roll band. And we got some more music. After this, we got a competition for you. So all you fellas out there, get yourself